What's up, everybody? Look like a Keebler elf. Hold up. It's a bit better. Alright, so new day, new video, new stuff. As you guys saw in the last video, I wasn't able to get this guy fired up. Been off camera trying to diagnose what's going on, and it's sort of leading towards the DME having an issue. I don't know if it's powering up or whatnot, but I'm not able to do anything with it right now. I do want to buy a new ECU like a Castle or Arcade Tunes, but that'll come in a couple of weeks or so. So in the meantime, we're going to work on something else. I'm going to work on the D21 today. And I kind of realized that I haven't really given you guys much of an introduction, so I'm going to cut to a couple of clips of just the overview of the truck itself. It is a bit dirty, so we'll see that. And then we'll get to what we're going to be doing. So. So as you guys see, it's kind of dirty, kind of ratty. I'd say very dirty. That is going to be one of the things. Clean it up, wash it. But there are a couple of things that are on my mind that I want to get done to it. One being, so I've had an issue with the starter not wanting to work. I'm not sure if it's either the starter relay that is just burnt out, or if it's the actual signal wire from the relay to the starter. That's just got the wire may be, it's 27 years old, almost 28 years old, so it's more than likely probably not in the best condition. I do have like a little bit of a switch on there. The only thing is it's underneath the hood. It was just sort of like a temporary fix to get it to start on its own without having to push start it. So one of the things that I want to do is to reroute that switch and bring it inside of the truck. So I just have to turn the key and flip the switch. Another thing that I want to do to it in this video is, because I don't have central heating or air conditioning in here, when it starts to get cold, the window starts to fog up. I'm sure you guys have the same issue with that. Normally you just turn on the defroster and take care of that. My solution to that is either roll down the window during the cold and freeze my ass off, or find a way to get heat onto the windshield. So one of the things I want to do is kind of get a heat extractor over the headers in the hood. Thankfully that's on the driver's side, just so that while I'm driving, the heat sort of runs up basically from the hood onto the windshield to kind of act as a defroster. I've had that on my E36. It does do the thing. I was not expecting it to do that thing, but it did do that, so I'm going to try and fit that onto the D21 so I've got some sort of defroster going. Another thing that I want to do is take the spare tire carrier off underneath this and just re-weld in like a support bar a little bit further back. This will serve two purposes. I don't have a spare tire, so I don't need that. I can get rid of that chain hanging it up, and I can get rid of that bulky piece. But two, since the support will be welded on further back, that can be in preparation of doing something like that tried and true pull the fuel tank from the passenger side and move it to the rear. That is a good thing for these trucks because there literally is no weight back here, and I have super stiff suspension back here, so any weight further back to kind of help that leveling out the weight front to back would be greatly appreciated. So I think I may do that, but this will definitely be in preparation of that. So let's get started. I'm gonna do the easiest thing that I have right now first, since I did bring my hood and gloves home today, and that's gonna be welding in that support. So let's get to it. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking. Just a piece of spare angle that I have back here. This doesn't need to be anything special, like square tubing or anything like that, box tubing. simply because all it's doing is creating a lateral link between the two frame rails. and angle has the two sides, so it's more than structural enough to do what I'm asking it to do. It is going to be far lighter than that piece that's in there. I'm not sure if you guys know which piece I'm talking about. I'm talking about that guy right there. Definitely a size difference, definitely a weight difference. First I'm going to weld this up, I'm going to clean up the angle, weld it, and then I'll work on getting the original carrier off. So get that going. And it's in. So that's not going anywhere. I am going to clean it up and then paint it so it matches the rest of the undercarriage. But for right now we're going to work on getting that guy out. Get a couple of wrenches in there, loosen it up, see what we can do. Well, it's not wanting to come out by itself. I have all the bolts out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a cutting wheel and I'm going to cut one of the legs off that are there, and then hopefully that'll get it to come out. While I'm doing that, I'm going to charge the battery on this thing because I can see it's about to die. But yeah, we're moving right along. Should see this thing out in the next couple of minutes. So it's a little dark, so it's a little bit hard to see, but I did get, probably can't even see it, but I did get that carrier out. I am using the little bit of light that I do have to kind of at least show my face. Only thing left to do right now is get a little coat of black paint on there to match the rest of everything, and then we should be good to go. Alright, so next plan of attack is going to be tackling the hood vent. So I made this while I had some downtime at work. It is just a little 4-piece vent, or a little 4-vent piece. Nothing's bent out of it yet, but it's all hand done with a little hand plasma cutter. So there's a couple of parts that are not the cleanest, but the lines are straight, and it'll do the job. It is made out of stainless right now. As you can see, it's got like a brushed / covered in hand oil look to it. It will be painted just black. I don't really feel that the stainless look is going to look good on this, but the black should, because black goes with just about everything. So this is essentially the placement that I'm going to be looking at, and I feel like that's going to be both. It's going to be subtle yet effective, is when it's going to be close to the windshield, because remember we're trying to go for like a external heater, if you will, or external defroster, but it's also behind the manifold, so it will just allow heat to escape out of there and double as like a little cooling piece, which, because it wouldn't really be doubling since that's the actual job of it. What I'm having it do would be the double part of that job. So first thing that I got to do is take the hood off. It's just a couple of 10 mils, and then I'll probably clean it, and then we'll get to cutting. I already have the hole cut out. Essentially going to do this little center one, and then we'll sand it down, we'll prime it, kind of keep it from getting rusted, and then we'll paint this guy black, and we should be all set on that guy. So let me go ahead and get this hood off, and then we will go from there. Alright, so my apologies. I kind of went gung-ho and kind of forgot to record some stuff, and just like went at it. So I have the holes drilled in this already, and I have the hole cut, as well as the skin, or like the exoskeleton, not exoskeleton, the little skeleton underneath the hood, cut so I can put this in place, as well as got the holes drilled on that. So all I have left is to like bend these guys out, the little tabs, to give it that venting property, and then clean that up, sand it down and such, and then hit it with a primer, as well as paint this. But yeah, I will be sure to film some of that stuff just to kind of keep you guys in the loop. But yeah, no, my bad. I just sort of like went at this. So let's keep going. Alright, so unfortunately I wasn't able to film as much as I was hoping to. Kind of made a mistake painting the thing and had to redo it. So it's pretty dark out thanks to daylight savings time, but the hood is back on the truck, so let's take a look at it real quick. Got a little flashlight that you can probably see it with. Boom. It's a little dirty. I'm guessing just like the flakes from the grass kind of like are on it from when I was moving around. But as you can see, the little vents are there. And just from like back here, it seems pretty subtle. Sorry for the blurry again, it is dark. Can you believe it's only 6 o'clock right now? 6, and it's this dark. So it's gonna be it for right now. Next up that we're going to do is going to be the wiring of that switch, and then we'll just clean the whole thing up, give it a nice little bath, and we should be good to go for this video. So disappeared. Alright, what's up? Just time to finish this now. The only thing I have left to do is just get the wiring through the firewall. I've already kind of taken part of or at least the glove box down to kind of get an idea of where to drill through, since there's not a whole lot of space. As you can see, there's a little AC box in the way. I pulled the carpet down a little bit, and checking inside of the engine bay, it seems on the low side where the wheel well is, there should be enough open space to kind of drill through without hitting anything. So I think I'm just gonna drill through right about there. From this side, and just be very careful that it doesn't go like past, because I think there is what looks to be like a brake line or something there. So going to get going. Alright, so with that, everything's all wired up, so let's check to make sure that it works. Keys on, switch. Fires up. Alright. Got it all cleaned up. I was going to film it, but kind of realized that would have looked like some sort of sex appeal car wash video, and that would have been weird, so I didn't do that. But like I said, it's all cleaned up, so I am done for the day. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, tell your friends, whatever, like the video, comment. But I'll be back next time. Thank you.